Okay, let's see. Are we rolling? All right. This is what I want to do. I want to take this one little red bean, red kidney bean plant. I want to kind of uproot it and place it in here for safekeeping, because I want to take this entire area and plant something else here. All right. So I've prepared this little pot. I think it's appropriate for the size of that one little plant. This is appropriate for now because it's not going to stay there forever. I will try to grow more red beans, but not in this area. I'm going to use this area for something else, and I'm going to, like I said, uproot it. Okay, we got all the usual suspects: bone meal, blood meal, all that good stuff. A good rich soil to transplant it in. I should be closer. I'm gonna use my hori, kind of going around in a large circle here. I get in a position where I can all right, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Let's see. And there it is. And place it in here. Let's see if it lives. I hope it does. Because by no means do I want to hurt it. I mean, it survived. Out of all those beans that I planted, this one broke through. So there we have it. And plus, a lot of the soil that it's accustomed to being in was attached to it. So that's a good thing. And then I'm adding more soil that's good and rich. So that wasn't so bad. I'm gonna have to water it in pretty quick. But for now, I'm just gonna place it aside. Now here's the deal. Since I'm over here, we're gonna move all these little things that say red kidney beans, because there's no more red kidney beans here. And even the ones that was trying to grow over here, guess what? Be gone. All right, so this whole area is gonna be reworked. So I'm gonna get this area prepared. Let's see. Right here's a good place to start. Right there. Just go loosen the hand, kind of hand cultivate the soil. In other words, just dig around, loosen the soil up, so I can add nutrients. Now, in this case, you know what? I will use earthworm castings. There we go. Just this whole area, get it prepared. Loosen it up. So it's already filled to the top. So basically, I'm just going to add earthworm castings. And, what's that? Maybe blood meal, bone meal, earthworm castings. And just get it ready maybe a little more fertilizer. And I got the perfect fertilizer. I know what to use. I'm going to show you. Be right back. That's a good one. Okay, and I got a bunch of these. I'll tell you what. Normally, these are like $14.99 for us. This is Osmocote, and it's really good. um, and normally, a container this size was probably like $14.99, and I paid half that because I got it at a place, a discount store that I like to go to. So, because of that, I bought several bottles, so it's gonna last me a while. But this is another thing I'm gonna sprinkle in. What I'm trying to do is so many different things I wanted to do today, but I got sidetracked and had to go from harvesting mustards and harvesting lettuce to fighting a insect infestation. I was right in the middle of big time gardening maintenance. When I say big time, I really mean big time. I was going to do like what I just did, uproot certain plants and replant them and transplant them elsewhere, like my Swiss chard and my kale, because I wanted to plant more cabbage over in that raised bed. There's already cabbage there, and it's coming close to the maturity date. So I wanted to start succession planting and plant some new cabbage over in that area. In this area, I kind of wanted to do carrots, and I still might do that. We'll see. I don't need that much room. Maybe half for carrots and half for something else. That's what I'm thinking. This is plenty of room. This is plenty. So I can do both right here. But there's something else I can plant too, and I'll show you what it is. I hope it's a good spot for it. But I have some snap peas, sugar snap peas. I have 3 plants that I just got from the nursery. So maybe if I do my carrots in one area and do the snap peas here, it might work. I got it. First of all, let me do my research really quick and see if they're compatible. If we're able to plant them close together, basically. So I'm gonna do, but this would be a good spot for my peas. That's what I think. Look, even if I don't do the carrots here, maybe I can do the carrots elsewhere. But I think I want the peas right here. Yeah. So, and I'll go get them. Maybe I could just go ahead and do that. But I just wanted to let you know, it's like, as you can see, look, this morning I had on my little socks and sandals. I was comfortable. It was nice and foggy and misty, and I was just working comfortably. And then all of a sudden I had to stop. First of all, the infestation threw me. And then after that, like I said, I had to stop and handle business. So that just really took me totally off. And I took a trip to the hardware, to Home Depot to get more soil, because I had to replace the soil that I returned. That soil that I kept complaining about from Walmart, that expert gardener, I returned those bags of soil, unused bags of soil, to the store and got a refund. And then I went to Home Depot and I replaced that soil with a better quality soil that I really, really like. So, I just thought it was the right thing to do. I didn't feel comfortable using that soil. So, I'm gonna get back on track, and I'm gonna do as much as I can without doing a long drawn out video. Okay, so let me get back to work. Amending the soil. All right. I just hate when days happen like this. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's like I was in my zone, man. I was in my zone. And also, I feel like doing something extremely important. I found an infestation. So it was important for me to get a handle on that. And I did before I had to stop. But it was so much more I wanted to do. I use garden dust, and I'll go back over and show you what I did. I use garden dust, but I also, after using the garden dust, I learned to, you get the infestation under control, right? And then you cover it with netting to, I say, give the pesticide or insecticide an opportunity to work. And then the netting keeps out any new intruders. Huh? It makes sense to you? So yeah, that's what I learned. So you treat the infestation, then cover it with the netting, right? To keep any more bugs from coming in. And you do that for about 2 weeks, I think, and then you take it, you can take off the net. Okay? Oh, I'm making a mess. Okay, let me go get my earthworm casting. Right back. Okay. So now I have the earthworm castings. I'm going to add that too. You know what? I was told, like, say for instance, a good thing to use is compost, right? But if you don't have compost, the next best thing is earthworm castings. I hope you can hear me because I'm not wearing my mic. And I have a fan on. It got that humid, so I needed to put a fan on me to keep me cool. I didn't want to get overheated. Okay. So I have earthworm castings on here, and of course the bone meal, the blood meal, and the fertilizer I used was the Osmocote, right? So, oh, I also added perlite. Did I show you that? I added perlite and vermiculite. I wanted to make the soil a lot more fluffier and airy. So I did add some perlite and vermiculite. Okay. So pretty much we're ready to rock and ready to roll. Alright? I may add one more thing. I'll show you what it is. I don't want to overdo it, because there's too much of such a thing as too much of a good thing. But I would like to add some of this, okay? Because it has beneficial soil microbes, and plus it has mycorrhiza. So mycorrhiza. I hope I'm saying it. Okay. So, and I've used it before, and as I told you, I was told that a little goes a long way. I apologize if the sound is bad. I really do. But I have to keep the fan on me, and I can't use the mic because I need to plug the mic in, and I can't because I'm actually charging up the camera right now. The battery is low, and I'm trying to record, so I have an electric cord. I'm charging it right now, so I can't use the mic. But so I apologize. Okay. Just a little of this on the top layer. Trying to spread it out evenly. All right. Let's see what we're going to do today. What we can get done today. This is the fun part. Ever since I was a kid, I loved playing in the dirt. Look, I used to make one heck of a mud pie when I was a little girl. Oh, I seriously did. I had you know those little stoves, the little oven stove, little kitchen set you can get a child. I had one of those. I had a good one too. My mama didn't play, okay? When she bought you a gift, she bought you a nice gift. And I had one of the best. Okay? So this is what I'm gonna be planting. Remember I told you when I was out of the nursery, well, while I was at the Home Depot getting soil, I decided to look around and see what they had. And I see these green beans, sugar and snap peas. Okay? So that's what I'm gonna be there we go. Planting today. Ooh. Okay. All right. It says you planted container deep, which I did. And the maturity date is 52 days. All right. So and it needs 6+ hours of full sun. It'll definitely get that right here. Let me think. I'm trying to decide how I want to plant it because I have 3 of these, and it's supposed to be about 13 or 5 inches apart. So I can plant them kind of close a little bit. So maybe another one here. I normally have a ruler. Oh, you know what? The holy knife. Let's see if I still have it nearby. Well, I just basically want to measure the distance. Let's see. Because I want to do carrots. I can go this way, like here, and then the carrots can go there. What do you think? It's a good idea, huh? Let's see how that works. Container deep. Okay. And I said I wouldn't grow peas, but I guess I am. Huh? The girl can change her mind. The girl can change her mind. Yeah. Can't get it to stick. All right. So, the next thing is the carrots, but I might not do it today. I had a zucchini squash plant that had been in the greenhouse for almost a month. No joke. And so I decided that that area where I had those two spinach transplants, or that was not thriving, I uprooted those two plants. And I'll tell you this, the root ball was still in the same uh, shape as it was when I first put it in there. The root ball didn't look uh, healthy. Say, for instance, something that's been in the ground and it has all this new soil and it's introduced to all these nutrients that's in the soil. You would think the roots would grow and expand. You would think the root ball would actually even take on a different shape. This root ball was still in the same square, rectangular shape as it was when it came out of the package almost 2 months ago. That means something went wrong. Okay, that's why it looked like, it's like the growth of that plant was stunted or something. So, and it was both of them. They had two, right? They had three right here. I kept this one, but I got rid of these two. Like I said, they looked kind of strange. They're not progressing like these over here. So there's something different, or maybe I know something about the soil. So I uprooted those two plants that were right here. I enriched the soil. I put lots of good nutrients in there. I used compost. I used a good fertilizer. I used bone meal and blood meal, and I just amended the soil. And now I'm going to cut off some of these little yellow leaves. Okay, and we're going to see what happens. How about that? It may be, it's a zucchini squash. I'm hoping I'm giving it enough room. And actually the plant was bigger than this, but I pulled it in half so it wouldn't be too big because it doesn't have too much space. But I tell you what, if it needs more space, I'll give it more space. I will move anything around it so it can have the space that it needs to grow. Okay? But there we are. I finally made a decision what goes here. I kept saying, I'll see what happens with this spinach plant. I'll see what happens with this spinach plant. And then maybe I'll put something in its place. Well, I finally did it today. Okay? Time's a wasted. And that was a perfectly good zucchini squash that was just sitting there waiting to go be planted out. So, I'm going to put the little tag right here. There we go. So now I introduced to this raised bed zucchini squash, and then we have more zucchini over there, and then we have 3 of the green peas. Is it sugar and snap peas over there. The spinach, Brussels sprouts, mustards. I'll tell you what I did. You're going to see the garden in certain areas is not going to be picture perfect. Okay, which, hey, I don't care if it's picture perfect. The main thing is it growing well? Is it maintained? Because it's not going to be picture perfect because you're going to see a white garden dust, an insecticide. I use 8 garden dust, and it's because, like I told you, we'll go over there and we'll look at that. This morning when I came out to do some harvesting, and I wanted to do, transplant a couple of things, and I thought I was going to go over there to the mustards, finally harvest some mustards and some lettuce, and when I started digging around in there, it was covered in some type of insect. It looked like a beetle, and so I went into recover mode, and I pulled out all those old leaves and tried to get it. They were literally, and there's footage of it, they were literally just covering the bottom of the leaves. Always check the bottom of your leaves, okay? So if you see something like some yellowing or discoloration on the front, check that bottom. There's usually an insect or something attached to the bottom causing the damage, or also yellowing leaves and all of that. It could mean nutrient deficiency. It could mean overwatering, underwatering. But always check the back of the leaf to see. what's going on. But in this case, you could actually see there were like insect bites or nibble holes in the leaves where you can see an insect was chewing away at it. But I had no idea it was to that degree. That's why I try to do my inspections, and even with all those morning inspections, I didn't catch that because that looked like that had been going on for a while. But you couldn't see it because of all the leafy, big, pretty leaves. But underneath there, it was a mess. So that's why I like to take the time to go in there and do my garden maintenance. This was a maintenance day, and I found that. It's important. If you can, get out there daily and do your inspection. You may catch something like that before it gets a real foothold. And it could have destroyed my entire bed. That's okay. That's okay. I'm out here now and I'm going to do as much as I can. I'm going to finish up what I was doing over there. And I'm going to let you see. After the garden dust, I use netting. I mentioned that before. I have a little hula hoop up there. And then I'm going to use this insect netting that I have to cover it. And I learned to do that last season with the collards. I think I was growing broccoli and cabbage. That's what it was. And it was over here in this area, and it had an infestation. And I learned to use garden dust then. You cover it, you sprinkle the garden dust, and then you cover the whatever plant or crop it is. And you do that for about 2 weeks. You're going to allow the insecticide to do its work without other insects coming in because of the netting. And then after those 2 weeks, you can remove the netting. So I haven't got to the netting part, but I'll take you over there so you can see what I did do. Okay. Here's the mustards, and as you can see, I kind of hit that with some garden dust too. All right. But this is the area that I'm referring to. Okay, over here, where these mustards are. Now remember how beautiful this area used to look? That's okay. It's going to look beautiful again. When an infestation happens, look, don't panic. Just handle the situation. Use your, if you're going to go totally organic, whatever it is you feel you need to use, do that. I decided not to do organic. I felt like if you had seen, and you will see because you'll look back at the footage. I'm going to have everything posted. And you'll see how they were literally crawling with these beetles. And I'm still seeing them like kind of crawling around the raised bed. A few of them still hanging in there. Matter of fact, there he is crawling in the dust. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Hey, it's going to happen, but the thing is that you just got to be proactive. So, like I said, you don't have to do what I do and go with anything, a chemical or whatever. That's what I decided to do. And it's called insect control. 8, insect control garden dust. And it says controls over 55 listed insect pests. Okay? Tells you what it contains. Right? So that's what I decided to use. But you don't have to do that. Whatever you feel is you need to do. But the thing is that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Look, spring is here. All you gardeners are out there doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to maintain your garden and grow your own food. This is going to happen. You're going to have insect infestations. You're going to have, little critters. Little critters are going to get into your garden and get to your plants. But look, just try to stay on your toes and don't panic and handle the situation. I just went into action. I've kind of been doing this so long, it's like I just had a reaction mode and just cool and calm as can be. But look at my little hula hoop. I got those from the little dollar store, and I'm going to drape the netting over it. I have it staked into the ground. I'm just going to drape my insect netting over it. forgive that noise in the background. And also, you know what? Before I leave, I will harvest that spinach. You see that beautiful spinach over there? Just peekaboo. Look at it. Peekaboo. I'm gonna get that spinach. Watch. Before I leave, that spinach is coming with me today. Okay, this raised bed is cleared. This is not how I expected it to go. But I made an executive decision. Those plants, those heads of lettuce were harvested from. I have grown them since what? I planted them in winter. That was part of my winter crop. Now I'm getting ready for spring. And I would love to put some bok choy or pak choy or maybe some another variety of mustards in this bed. So it's time. I have so much lettuce. It's time for a different variety. The reason why I was growing lettuce is because it was a cool weather or cold, hardy crop. So now that spring is here, I need to make room in these raised beds for a different variety of crop. So, look, the possibilities are endless. I just got to come in here and amend the soil and get prepared to plant something else, right? And right here at the end, there's my mustards that's in quarantine. My mustards are in quarantine. As you can see, it's covered in the garden dust. I'm going to make sure that netting is secure. So basically, it's going to be covered in the garden dust for about a week or so, maybe two, until I feel comfortable to remove it and that all the pests are gone, because it was a really heavy infestation of some type of beetle or bug, and you saw footage of that. And so I wanted to make sure it was all gone and I didn't want any more bugs to come in, so I covered it, treated it, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think it's a good idea, and I've done it before. Okay, so that end of the garden bed is quarantined. Over there, my Brussels sprouts are still standing strong. Okay, and they're going to have some new companions soon. Just have to decide what I want to plant. And I'm really leaning towards Chinese cabbage or bok choy, something like that. So, we'll see. Got a real strong inkling that it is very tender leaf and probably can be pulled off by me. Okay? Whew. This is a first. This is a first. My first time growing spinach, and I think I did a pretty good job. All right? I grew these from seed. So I'm extremely, extremely proud. Okay. Took a moment to get those seeds to germinate and to start sprouting, but in the end, as you can see, I succeeded. I'm trying to take some of the larger leaves and leave some of the smaller ones. Right? So it's a cut and come again. Um, so just letting you know, the spinach is fine. I don't see any bugs, not one bug. There's some yellow leaves down here, deep because it was so bushy and full that there's some yellow leaves down here. That's about it. And I'm kind of throwing them over to the side, so I can come back later and get. Look at the glove is just pretty much gone. I've been hustling, you guys. I have been the garden hustler. Okay, that is a good harvest. A beautiful spinach harvest. Okay. I can't believe I grew spinach because I tried before and it was a flop. So I'm gonna tell you what, the mustards, that right there is not gonna stop me. That little infestation, I'm just gonna be more vigilant. That's all. More vigilant because I know I have records showing that I can grow really nice mustards, huge leaves, and I will do it again. You don't need to be in there. Okay. So I will do it again. Matter of fact, I was looking forward to that. Because mustards, it's a very popular green, mustards and collards. Most people they really don't care for spinach, but I use spinach in different things. You can eat it as a salad, and also I can use it in smoothies. It's a type of green smoothie that I make, and I can use it in that. All right. Harvested a lot. Okay. I probably could take some more, but I'm not. I'll just stop here for now, and maybe later come back and get more. But that's pretty good. That is pretty good. What do you think of that? Pretty good, huh? Okay, you guys. I came over here because I want to show you something. I went over. You saw how I cleared out that green raised bed that has the mustards and the romaine lettuce, head lettuce, Brussels sprouts. Okay. And there was an infestation. Well, guess what? That infestation was over in the other raised bed too. That's how I noticed that my cabbages were looking a little strange. So I actually pulled up this cabbage because I want to show you something. I'm going to go ahead and harvest it now rather than later. It's not huge, but I want to show you. You see all in there? Those are the beetles that I'm referring to. Okay? All on those outer leaves. So I'd rather take it now while it's small. I already have a lot of the outer leaves. Remember, I always harvest or cut away my outer leaves, those bottom leaves. And I have those in the refrigerator now where I can cook that. I can do something with it, so all is not lost. But I'm going to try to save what little I can from here. And just show you. I'm going to use this hori-hori knife. There we go. It's a good knife. All right. So, yeah, and the beetles are all over the place. But I'm going to try to save this. They're all inside. They're crawling around. As I peel it open, they were in there. It's going to happen. Okay? You guys are watching me go through it now. Spring has just started. I'm running around talking about first day of spring, first day of spring. And look, because I already had a lot going on in the garden, had a lot of crops already in there, all those leafy greens, they're having a field day. They're hitting me first. Okay? They are having a field day. But I can eat this. I'm gonna take off these little outer leaves, and I'm gonna look at it. That's cabbage. The ones that are with the bugs all over, this is gonna go in the trash. I don't even want this. Look, they're literally crawling all over the place. But I'm gonna wash that. I'm gonna soak that in some salt water and clean all of that off. All right. I know you feel like, okay, why is she trying to keep? Because it's edible. Okay. But and this is one of the largest cabbages. Look, I still have time to grow more, so I'm not worried about it. And then there's also there's so many other things I can grow too. So I'm gonna clear that bed. The bugs are everywhere. This little beetle is everywhere. I wish I could get a clear picture of it, because even when I went to the Clegg's nursery and I talked to that the gentleman I told you about that works there, who's very experienced, and I showed him pictures. I said, Mr. I'm not gonna say his name. What is this? What do you think it is? I said, it's some type of beetle. He said, yeah, it's a beetle, but I'm not quite sure. I guess if he was looking at it face to face, maybe he could have really got a chance to see. But, you know, from me just bringing a picture of it, I guess he really couldn't decipher what it was. But, yeah. An infestation. Another from harvest to infestation day. I go to harvest and I find this, but that's okay. It comes with the territory. I'm going to maintain and keep it moving. So I'm going to clear out that bed, make sure it is insect free, and then start planting again. But what can be spared and what can be saved, I will. It's a small cabbage, but it's a cabbage, right? Okay, I just wanted to show you that. So you're going to see a lot of changes in the garden. A lot of changes. And look, my gloves are so tattered. That's how hard I've been working. My little gloves have they just fell off my hands. I feel two more that can be harvested. They're small, but I'd rather go ahead and harvest them now, small, and do what I can with those cabbages instead of allow these beetles to just eat them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I got the first two there, so let's do this last one here. This hori knife ain't no joke. Yeah, you can see them. They're all in there. Okay? Like I said, I'd rather harvest than let it go to the beetles. Okay? They're small, but edible. Okay? Baby, but it's coming out too. Okay, so all the cabbages are gone. Now I'm gonna have to do some more work tomorrow because I have run out of time. It's time to start cleaning up. I really wish I could have got to that kale and the Swiss chard. Look how big it is, and the lettuce there. Because if I continue with this lettuce, it'll probably go to seed. Look how large it is. Okay, I should have harvested from that a long time ago, but it's so hard to get around to everything. Okay, but this will have to be for another day. So I definitely will set aside some time, carve some time in my schedule to come out here and finish this raised bed. My cabbages are now gone. Okay, had to save it from the beetles. I am going to go ahead and start working on using the garden dust in that area. It just shows you guys how you can go from, like I keep saying, from harvest to infestation in 60 seconds. Seriously. Okay, let me just move the bag. That's all that romaine lettuce that was there. Romaine. That's the red romaine. And here's the head lettuce. And I've already sorted through this bag, and this is what's was good. The whole bag is completely filled. Over here is my spinach. Now, nothing was wrong with the spinach. No infestation whatsoever. This is just my very first spinach harvest, and I'm very happy about that. Let's quickly look at those cabbages. Okay, so here are the cabbages. They're small, but I was able to salvage them from being eaten by beetles. So I'll eat them instead, okay? I worked too hard to just allow them to be eaten by insects. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. There's so much more to do and so little time. So that's enough for today.